Okay, everyone. Here we are. Good afternoon. I'll go back to the screen here and show you. This is the last game unplayed of the season. Bears at Lions was apparently the game of the week. Lions will finish with 10 wins. I think they and the Eagles are the only teams definitely finishing with 10 wins in the NFC. So if I get a victory here in Philadelphia, I will be a lock for the playoffs. However, if I do not get a victory here in Philadelphia, I would like to restate that we are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, taking on the Eagles here on Sports of the Day, Madden 2002. I'm Joe Bush. I should announce who I am at some point during the video, in case you... I mean, it's my username, too, is my own name. Well, it's not really. My username, I believe, still technically is R200 Reviews. I put that up back when YouTube was just YouTube, before Google took over. Really before Google Plus took over. And you know what? It didn't ruin everything. It just made everything a lot more difficult. Alright, well, they've got quite the advantage on us in just about every category, which is not good. Not good at all. However, we have guts and an undefeated record on the road in division, which I think is more valuable than anything. The previous game that we played against the Philadelphia Eagles, I believe the Eagles shut us out at home, which was embarrassing. The first of like 2 or 3 shutouts. We've had a really up and down season this year. That has ultimately ended up as a winning season, and will end up as a winning season. Hopefully we'll end up in a playoff appearance. I mean, I didn't do an incredibly detailed check through that. I just kind of scanned my eyes over, didn't look at the actual standings, so we may well be in the playoffs regardless of what happens. Because there are a bunch of 8 and 7 teams that came into this week. We came in at 9 and 6. I don't know. Okay, I don't know that we will get a first-round bye. I don't know that we will have a home game in the playoffs. This being, you know, the league leader, #1 in the NFC, being within our division here, being the Eagles. I believe they are also 10 and 6 or 10 and 5 though. So we might have the possibility, if we win this game, to go on and be #1 in the NFC. Well, I don't know about #1 in the NFC, because somebody else had 10 wins. Detroit had 10 wins, weirdly enough. Detroit always played much better than they actually did in the Madden games from this era. Damn it. Ah. That's not going to be roughing the passer, is it? Oh, face mask. Because I've done that before, where they've done a handoff and I've accidentally just gone for the running back and then missed and hit the quarterback. I've done that many times before. Alright. So here we are. I believe this is the old vet in Philly. Alright, excellent. So that'll be 3rd down? 3rd down. Great. We're sticking with the 3-4, at least for this drive. Let's go to cover 2, I guess. We got short blitzing on the right side. I'm going to play within my means on the inside. I'm guessing run. It is a pass, and it is a completion for the 1st down. Not a good thing. It's Sam Garnes. Ooh, looks like a concussion, or maybe just hit hard in the head. That also happens sometimes. Okay, so McNabb has been good so far in this first drive. I think it's important that we don't let them score on the first drive, but I also think it's significantly more important that we score on our own first drive. I would also like it if I could see where my cornerback is coming from. Yay! There we go. Off-balance sack right there. Just kind of got him with the chicken wing. I learned that at Kansas State. That was a court storming joke. Topical. Anyway, here we are, 2nd and 15. Ah, damn. See, this is my problem with those Eagles teams. None of those guys were that good. 2001, Donovan McNabb was not thrown to somebody who could make a one-handed catch. Outside of maybe... I mean, the guys he played with were Todd Pinkston, James Thrash, and I believe that was Freddie Mitchell. None of whom were that good. Wasn't until Owens got there in 2004 that they had a really good team. Owens then got hurt in the playoffs, and they promptly... he wasn't at 100% in the Super Bowl. Didn't matter, though. He had a great game, which makes me wonder, what if he was at 100%? They could have possibly won that game. I do believe that. Oh, a migraine headache. That's not good. Better than a concussion. Of course, the concussion in this game would be like, he'll be back in 2 quarters from that concussion. Don't worry about it. It's just a head wound. He's just in significant pain and won't be able to remember where he is tomorrow. Because that's how the NFL used to be. I like how the modern Madden games like don't gloss over concussions, but they're just like, yeah, we know this is a bigger deal. I mean, if you're going for realism, this is absolutely, I mean, it's one of the hot points in the, just in the game today is concussion and safe football. And, you know, learning how to tackle properly, not going to the head, not trying to, you know, not trying to knock a guy out. Not trying to give anybody a concussion, not that anybody, you know, necessarily is, but I mean, it happens. And I think, was that out of bounds? Excellent. All right. I just barely hear Pat Summerall with my TV turned almost all the way down say that he was indeed out of bounds. That might be why there's a slight echo. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that all the way off. I forget about that sometimes. Hey! Seahorn making the stop, or possibly just Pinkston making the drop. Pinkston just kind of walking over a linesman there. That was really the best thing that happened during the transition to this generation of consoles, was the pratfalls by all these lines, the chain gang and all those people, the chain crew, whatever. All the referees getting run into and just falling over. Constant humor. I remember one time I was playing Madden 2001, I was like 6 years old, on the N64. And for whatever reason, I was fascinated with the fact that there was a polygonal referee on the field. And it was just kind of like, oh, look at that. Well, that's weird. Huh. I didn't play Madden games for a very long time after the games of my youth kind of stopped. After about 2005, I don't think I bought another new Madden. Well, I've told this story before. I didn't buy a new Madden until 2011 on the PSP. And then after that, I still haven't. The only football game I've actually really... I would buy NCAA after about 2010, I think was the first year I bought it, NCAA, and I bought that until they stopped making it, which was last year. It was so weird to, you know... It's kind of weird this time of year knowing, like, there's not going to be a game before Madden. It's just going to be... Cause it used to be, like, on GameFAQs.com, where I used to spend a lot of time, NCAA Football 2005 would come out, have the #1 board on GameFAQs for 2 weeks on, like, both PS2 and Xbox, and then Madden would come out, and it would go down from, like, 11 pages of, you know, to, like, 10 threads per page, so, like, over 100 threads, to, like... Oh, you know what we're doing. It's been gone for the past couple of weeks. Maybe that's why we lost. So we didn't try the definitely regular punt. And yes, I will stop my anecdote for... No, no. Please let that be offsides. God. That was the best fake punt of all time. The fake punt worked. And now we have to do a regular punt because Mr. Stone, the right guard, extreme, commercial featuring Madman. He messed it all up for us. So, off the team. Far too many holding calls in these Madden games, which, by NCAA 12 was the game that oh good, this is just even getting better. Just bat it back inbounds. By NCAA 12, I noticed that was just an EA cheat, or 98. What do you call it? That was just an EA thing. I guess I don't know what to use. That was like, okay, the game doesn't want me anymore. Because there were times when it felt like that. Like the game was going against you. It was almost like a rubber band AI. And it was like an added thing. Because you never saw that many holding calls on the other team. In fact, I guarantee you, since I just said that, my luck, we will have like 5 or 6 holding calls on the other team within the rest of this video. But that was always a problem I had, was it felt like holding was called too loosely, and no other penalties were really called, because no other penalties were committed, because this game is, you know, after all, it is a computer. So, James Thrash. I'm sorry, I called him Todd Pinkston earlier. I forget who wore what number, and whatever. What was I talking about? I was talking about penalties. I always felt like too many penalties were called. Like there aren't enough of the actual penalties. You know, the intentional grounding and because they don't make those types of mistakes. That was out of bounds. Yeah. Excellent. All right. They don't make those types of mistakes in this game because, you know, it's a computer program, and so the AI is not going to make that mistake, and so it kind of makes up for it with like more holding calls than typical. It's like how, yeah, as I was talking in NBA Live 2003, there wasn't accurate statistics for typical defensive play. The ball never goes on the ground. You never have very rarely do you ever have somebody gets, you know, steered into an opponent and then lose the ball. You know, double teams don't really work that way that they do in real life, and so it kind of made up for it with an inordinate number of blocks and steals. That's the same kind of thing that happens in this game, I feel, with penalties. I could be wrong. This could feel totally fine to somebody else, and I'm just whining because I just spent like 3 minutes whining about the fact that my perfect fake punt did not work due to a holding call. A holding call that may have ultimately been the reason why my fake punt ultimately worked. I have not thrown the ball once today. Don't give it to Tiki, I know that. For whatever reason, I'm getting more and more confident in Greg Camella. He's having his coming out party. You will notice Tiki did start, because ultimately I forgot to put Rondane back in, and Tiki's been playing sort of well. So, that's how this goes sometimes. Next play, barring like a loss of 3 yards. Alright, loss of 5 yards. So, the next play is going to be a pass, is what I was going to say. And a pass it shall be. Second and this will be just a short pass. Second and 13. Let's see how Hilliard comes off on the corner. Okay, get to it. And drop. Alright. So here we are. They're down now. And what's this, 15? 13. Alright, so it was exactly a loss of 3 yards. I am the psychic man who can predict Madden. Oh, good. My offense. Hey, there we go. Alright, that's good. That's what you like to hear. Kerry Collins wasn't doing that. I don't know, when I traded Kerry Collins to the Atlanta Falcons for Michael Vick, I don't think he has played at all there. I think it is still Chris Chandler, whoever it was. Which, if we're a real person making that trade, they'd be like, okay, why do we want another aging quarterback to match our already aging quarterback? I'm going to guess that's a holding on the offensive line. Oh, on Camella. Alright, that's 2 holdings on me. Is there any way I can get my, team to be more disciplined? Can I fine them? Is there any empathy thing? Is there any... I can't go all Tom Coughlin on him and threaten to take their paycheck away or whatever he did. Can't go Craig James and get the coach fired, but, that was a college football joke. Amani Toomer going to the outside. He might be the guy. Granted, by the time he breaks on that route, I will get sacked. I need to speak faster because the ball was already in the air as I had predicted my own sacking, which is not generally how commentary is supposed to go. Vic 1 for 2 today, that being his only completion. Very helpful graphic. Still a halfback lead dive here on first down. Just rush it up the middle with Tiki. We are currently only down by 3, which is not where you want to be. Ideally, you're tied at 0 or in the lead after, this being your second drive. But there are far worse things that could happen, especially against a team like this. The way that our team plays is not scoring a bunch of points. We tend to, even though I would love to score a bunch of points. Is he going to get that? No, he's not. He dove for it. There's an easier way to actually dive for it rather than just like dive as if you're going to tackle nothing underneath the ball. So he could have got to that. That was ridiculous. Alright. Get it. Toomer. Yes! Good. Okay, it was a good day. And here we go. A play that always works and never fails. This one. I don't even know the name of it. Which is why I'm just going to take a run. And we will fumble the ball out of bounds, Mike Vick. Okay, we still got the ball. That's good. All right. Which is why I'm just going to sneak it. Oh, we're from the 4-yard line. I thought we were from, like, the 1. Well, I have done throwback to that Madden 01 video I did in December. I have taken a QB sneak like 15 yards before. So. That's a bizarre choice. I like the fullback dive here. And if this ends up in a field goal, I'm going to be sad, but I do get the ball back at half, and that... Oh. Okay. I do get the ball back at half, all things considered. I kind of don't hate my odds here. I don't want to do the same play, though. That's the problem. I don't know what the difference between halfback dive and halfback wham is. We're going with fullback dive anyway. Because, if I get the ball back, I will theoretically be able, hopefully, to score it. The risk is greater than the reward. The reward is greater than the risk. Whatever. Touchdown. LA. Life. We're up by at least 3 points, barring the extra point misses. And I think we'll get it. Because those are generally very easy, even though... Oh, right, that's right, our kicker is Morton Anderson. See, I don't think I kicked a field goal last week. So I forgot that our kicker is Morton Anderson. I'm going to miss this, aren't I? No? Okay, we're good. It is just very difficult for me to do this field goal thing for whatever reason. Alright, so here we are, up 7-3. Against the Philadelphia Eagles. I like where we are. New drive, new car. There's a goodbye reference, very topical. That song made it to like the top 10 in 2006. That was a classic. It really is a classic. Great song. Great song. So what are we going to do here? We go into the dime and go into the underman formation. Or the off defense, as they call it, that play, if you will. Seeing as I don't know where prevent is, and I don't feel like taking time to find it. This might just be a run. I don't know why he's milking the clock. And there is no clock to milk. Alright! Staley will drop it. 2 for 4. He's 3 for 11. Percentage-wise, I am far better than he is. There is no prevent. I don't care that much about the prevent. You know what I do care about, though, is stopping the Eagles. Why is Michael Strahan standing up? That's weird. Alright. Excellent. Okay. So now they're kind of just running out of time. I imagine... I don't know, but I imagine they will try to run clock out. There's prevent. I found it. Or they might just go for a desperate heave down the field. I think they're just going to sit on it. Until they shock me with the last second snap and throw of the ball for 1,000 yards. It is 7-3 at the end of the second quarter, and that is the kind of score that we like going into the second quarter. I will see you in the next video, which I believe will just go up later today.